Well, hey there, and welcome to the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, December the 28th. My name's Kat. I've got your astrological spiritual forecast and guidance going from today through Saturday, January 4th. This week's video is entitled, Hold On, Bubba Looey. Now, the reason for the title is we do have a number of energy shifts this week. We have the new moon in Capricorn on Monday, and that's what I want to talk to us more about is utilizing the Capricornian energy. We have New Year's Eve on Tuesday, New Year's Day on Wednesday. We also have Venus moving into Pisces on Thursday. So we have a couple of energy shifts going on. But the reason for the title is that we have this great new moon in Capricorn. It's the New Year's resolution. It's taking a look. It's going introspectively, taking a look and saying to ourselves, where do I want to be at the end of this year? What do I want to be doing? If I could do anything, if I could be anything, what is that? What is that? And I'm leading us to discovering our passion, discovering or remembering our true authentic self in our work. And that again is the focus of this week. With this new moon energy, it's like begin again. It's a new year. We can start over. We can readjust. We can make a strategy, a plan to get to where we want to be, at the end of this year. And we better be really seriously looking at who we truly are and what we love to do. If we choose to keep ignoring our intuition, keep ignoring our little messages of what we'd love to do, how we are, then we are going to become more dissatisfied. We'll feel more separated, more disjointed, more exhausted, more unfulfilled. Now, if we're having those feelings in our lives, guys, it means we better frickin' wake up this year. We're running out of time. The Aquarian age is coming, ready or not. And it's going to be shaking us up this year. It's going to be destroying anything that doesn't have a good foundation. It's going to be presenting new, amazing opportunities that we might have to step out of our comfort zone to participate in. We better be paying attention because we are here at this time for a specific purpose. And that is to embrace and express who we truly are in our work, because this is what we do, who we are, is a great component of moving into this new age of Aquarius. We all have our specific purposes, even those who we may not care for in our lives, family members or other people. Everyone's our teacher. So be conscious this year. Be looking for every opportunity, every possibility. It starts with the new moon in Capricorn saying, the new moon in Capricorn says, get going. I'm an earth sign. I'm a cardinal sign. I want us to do something physically, manifest something that brings me closer to who I truly am and brings me closer to my passion, what I love to do. So that is the new moon. We have the Capricornian energy. We talked about that last week. Capricorn is about, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm going to do it. I have my sights on my goal. I don't care how long it will take me to get there. I'm patient, I'm disciplined, I'm going to do what it takes because I know what I want to accomplish. That is this energy is showing us where we want to be at the end of this year. And the other thing about Capricorn, is not allow the outer world bling and glamour and glitz to confuse us as to what our passion is and what our work is. The outer world would love to compromise us and take us off task and take our power and do something to support whatever's going on that's outside of ourselves instead of supporting and nurturing who we truly are. And we will have ample opportunity to compromise ourselves, even this week. So, this is our work. Let's get to it. Now, having said that, we still have Mars retrograde. So it's not like I'm going to pick up a guitar today on the new moon in Capricorn and tomorrow I'm going on stage. That's not how this is going to work at all, especially with Mars retrograde until the end of February. I think it's February 24th. Mars finally goes direct. And kind of like Mercury retrograde, not quite as intense, but Mars, is the male energy of action. Let's get going. Let's move forward. And it's retrograde. So it's like, no, we're not. We're not going anywhere. We're going to really take some time and review what our focus is. Are we going in the direction that we want to be going? Do we need to make any adjustments? Do we need to make any changes? Do we need to let go of anything that doesn't serve us or nurture us? So that's the energy we're working with. Now that we know that, there's no reason why we can't work and plan and make steps and strategize and take action to move toward our skills or who we truly want to be or our work. So that is our focus this week. Now having said that, we got Mars retrograde. We also have, so we start the year off. The energy is very Mars retrograde like, very slow, very dreamy, kind of lazy. And we just, because Mars is retrograde, we just can't seem to really make any forward motion or make any progress. But even though we can't make that progress in the outer world, we're still strategizing, we're still getting our plan together because, like I said, at the end of February, when Mars finally goes direct, we'll see our way a lot more clearly. But we need to be planning. We need to be ready so that we can get going when the energy supports our forward motion. So get ready, strategize, plan, get our steps, do some things we can do at this point. But back to people and relationships this week. Lots of inconjuncts. Lots of, when we have family, when we're with our friends, and I talked about it last week, we really worked hard on trying to keep the peace and not compromise ourselves. This week, there's still a lot of drama. There's still a lot of drama going on. People want us to buy into their drama. They want us to buy into their story and be emotionally attached to whatever is going on with them. We need to back off. I always say, honor, be sensitive, but don't buy in to their story. Next thing you know, we'll have compromised ourselves and we'll be part of this story and everyone's going to know about it, blah, 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 blah. And the story goes everywhere. And unfortunately, it doesn't get handled where it should be handled. And that's back with the person or persons involved, not someone dumping and venting and gossiping to us about somebody else, about their drama. So watch out for that. Just take those 3 deep cleansing breaths and step back and be as cordial and civil as possible. But don't get involved in that. Our focus is on ourselves and what we need to do to move forward this year. Now on Monday and Tuesday, we have Mercury in Sagittarius trine Chiron in Aries. What a wonderful energy. We worked on our Chiron energy a couple of weeks ago as we became conscious of our wounds, and we had the opportunity to transform that woundedness, those unresolved traumas, into our power. Now, on Monday and Tuesday, we will find our buttons pushed again. We have the Chiron in Aries. So we're going to have our buttons pushed. We're going to have the Band-Aid ripped off of our wounds. But if we have done our work, we are going to find we're not going to be as emotionally affected by this quote attack, or pushing our buttons or getting our goat. We will have risen above it, and now we use that same energy to expand our horizons. Mercury in Sagittarius. Our universe grows because we're not limited by our trauma, by our wounds. We've transformed that energy, and now we can use it to help us manifest who we want to be and what we want to do as our work. So we can now use that energy. Now we'll be tested Monday and Tuesday. So it's a good little affirmation or confirmation of whether we've done our work and whether we need a little bit more work to do. So look for that on Monday and Tuesday to have our buttons pushed. Other people's buttons will be pushed. So remember to be sensitive and honoring of the other without compromising ourselves. But don't buy into the drama. There will be drama. There'll be crying and wailing and gnashing of teeth, and we're not going to get involved with that. We'll be civil, we'll be cordial, but we are not going to get into and become involved in the drama. So remember that on Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have New Year's Day. Moon is now in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, which is what we're moving into. So this is another little poke in the butt to get moving. Aquarius is who we truly are. It's our unique selves. How are we different from others? And how does this different? One more time, I say it one more time. How does this difference support and nurture not only ourselves, but how it can go out and support and nurture all our brothers and sisters in our environment? So this is our opportunity. We're going to be getting thoughts and ideas, and wow, I would really love to I keep going back to the community garden. I got to come up with something new. But, take those steps forward, remembering that we might not make as much progress as we expect or as we're hoping for, because old Mars is like, just take it slow. Make sure that we're doing everything that we need to support ourselves, to nurture ourselves, to make sure that what we're moving toward will have a firm, secure foundation for us. So that's the opportunity of not moving forward too fast. We can really take our time and build something that is stable and long-lasting. So there is a reason for that slowing down of the energy. And then on Thursday, we have Venus moving into Pisces. And so not only are we discovering who we truly are, we're going to be working on our relationship, Venus, Pisces, our spiritual self, our connection to the whole. That's what I want us to be focusing on. So we want to make sure we're taking our time outs this week. We want to make sure that we're doing our meditation, taking our quiet time to balance, align, and listen and get a feel for our direction. If we need to do anything, if we need to stay put, we will find the answers if we can learn to quiet and center and listen. And this is a wonderful time to develop our relationship with our higher self if we haven't already Start simple. Always say start simple. 5 minutes. That's all. Use the 3 breaths. Hang in there for 5 minutes about the thought, about the affirmation. That's a good place to start. Take a beautiful walk on the beach and with ourselves and just listen to nature and just pay attention to the thoughts moving through our minds so we can pick up information that is needed to help us progress forward on our path to manifesting the life of our dreams. Because that's what we're doing this year, right? This is the year. We are going to create the life of our dreams this year if we do the work. So that is Venus in Pisces. Also, Pisces, if there's any imbalance in our relationships, Venus, we will tend to gravitate toward addiction. So watch out for that if we're feeling like we're unloved or we don't belong or we don't feel connected. We gravitate, my favorite is the refrigerator and anything that can't get away from me. I always have good stuff for binging in the refrigerator too. But anyway, so watch out for that. If we find ourselves gravitating towards addictions, whether that be food, drugs, sex, work, even going to the gym can be an addiction. Everything in moderation, remember that. If we just remember that this week and pretty much all our lives, everything in moderation. I don't think there's anything that is terrible for us if we remain balanced and aligned and we don't go overboard into the addictive where we're obsessively doing something. So work on our relationship, make sure we're taking our time outs daily to connect with our higher self so that we can get the input and the guidance needed to help us move forward. So that's happening. Venus moves into Pisces on Thursday, and then on Friday and Saturday, the moon's also in Pisces. So we're talking about a lot of emotions. We're talking about, we've got inconjuncts on Friday. So we're talking about relationships that are confrontative, and so we have to watch out for that. People are very unhappy. They're not feeling supported or nurtured. They're not feeling safe and secure. So they're going to project all their insecurities out there into the world and on us. And as usual, since we watch the Soul Sister channel, since we are conscious of the energies, we understand what is going on and that they're just projecting their own shit. So it doesn't have anything to do with us. It's their own stuff. So we have to remember that so we don't get drawn in again into the drama, into the story and the emotions and the wailing and the gnashing of teeth. Just calm down and listen. In these instances, it's so healing just to listen to the other. Sometimes that's all they need. They don't need us to fix anything. They just need us to listen. So let's try that first and see if that calms down the situation before we jump out, start attacking, defending, or whatever silly thing that we should not be doing because we know it doesn't have anything to do with us. It's our own shit. All right, that's Friday. Saturday, the moon is still in Pisces, so it's going to be very romantic. It can be if we're having a spat with our partner, if we're not balanced, it could get kind of cranky. Again, the drama will continue and a lot of crying, a lot of you don't love me or you don't care about me if we are out of sync with our partner or even with our friends. So pay attention to that. There is a sextile between the sun in Capricorn and our friend Saturn in Pisces. So it's a great time to develop that relationship with our higher self, to get into a routine that we can stick to, because routine is really important when we're connecting with our higher self. If we do something like at the same time every day, It doesn't really matter when it is, just whatever time works best for us. Then the universe kind of knows, hey, Kat's coming over. She's coming over to talk to us. Let's go see what she has to say. So everything becomes more aligned when we can do our time out, do our meditation on a routine basis. So keep that in mind. Lots of things to keep in mind this week, but it's going to be a great introspective week. We're not going to go crazy. Hold on, Bubba Looey. We're not going to, start playing guitar today and go out and be on stage tomorrow. But we are going to take some physical manifesting steps to move toward what we want to accomplish this year. What do we need to do for us to be in touch with who we truly are, to really embrace that, to really express it? Some of us might just need to go have some counseling, to talk to somebody, to help us work through our feelings and our ideas. Someone who's objective or someone who is wise. So that's a way that we can get clarification and help and support in moving forward. So don't try to do it on our own if we don't have to. But no, we're not going to go to Sister, who do I want to say? Sister Karen, who is crying because somebody left her, and even though this person wasn't good for her and was toxic, she's crying and carrying on, and she wants us to feel her pain and cry with her. We're not doing that. We're not going to do that. We're going to stick to what we need to do for ourselves and just be as nice and sensitive to the other without falling into their own emotion. We got our own emotional abyss. We don't need to be falling into anybody else's emotional abyss, okay? So watch out. As long as we watch out for that, as long as we don't get drawn into other people's drama, we'll have a good week of really getting a good feel of where we want to go and what we want to accomplish this year. Good stuff. So let's get started like we always do by becoming balanced, aligned, and connected with our higher selves. We'll take our 3 deep cleansing breaths, then we'll say our Sun and Capricorn affirmation. Let's take our first breath. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. One more. On this third deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the darkness, all the negativity, all the toxicity. We see it all flowing away. I like to visualize it as black squares. We see all those black squares just flowing away to wherever they came from. In its place, I see our bodies being filled with this white light. I like to picture it as white with gold triangles, white triangles with gold etching. That's how I like to look at it. Filling our whole body with this beautiful light, love, and goodwill. Not only does it fill our entire bodies, but it also is protecting us, deflecting all evil, all low vibration, all toxicity, all negativity back to its source. While we're in this space of white light connected with our higher self, we will say our Sun and Capricorn affirmation. I work to make the outer world a reflection of my true authentic self and my work. We'll say the affirmation. We'll stay in this space of white light connected with our higher selves for 5 seconds. Let's say it together. I work to make the outer world a reflection of my true authentic self and my work. Wow, good stuff. Wow, and that affirmation just actually is reflective of exactly what we're talking about this week. So say it loud, sing it, say it often, but remember, It all happens in here, right, everyone? It all starts inside. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat for my daily inspirational oracle messages and my interesting memes. I've said this before. I always find when I do them, when I'm going through and picking out what memes I'm going to repost, I always manage to find an answer to a question that's been bothering me. It just kind of appears. It's synchronicity is wonderful. So if you're stuck somewhere, go over to Soul Sister Cat, scroll through the memes, and by golly, you might just find the answer that you're looking for. So come see me on Soul Sister Cat, and remember, especially this year, we got to buy into this and embrace it and express it. We have to. We create our own realities. No one else. It's us. We are responsible. We have got to be responsible. We have got to be conscious so that we can consciously create the lives that we want. And astrology is just one tool. There's many tools, but astrology is one tool that supports our ability to manifest, because we work with the energies, the prevailing energies, and we understand them and work with them instead of allowing them to jolt us about, knock us about. So remember that. Remember, everyone, life is lived from the inside out. Make it a great 2025. Happy New Year. And I will see you next week again. Oh, I can't wait. We are going to create our dream life this year. It's happening. Namaste.